I got my camera here. So excited. I want to unpack it and see what's inside. All right. Okay.
It is packaged beautiful.
Oh yes, it is. It really is. Are you ready? Are you excited?
Quickly.
It's not moving. It's moving. Not very fast. Okay. Ta-da!
Oh, there's. Wait, what?
Like I know I should not touch that thing, so.
It's the lens.
Yeah, that's the lens. But it looks like it has a.
Oh wow.
Oh wow, wee. Okay, so this is the camera. It's actually much smaller than I thought. You know? It's much smaller than I thought. It's really tiny actually. Look at how tiny it is next to my face.
Oh, you have a big head.
No. Okay, so this is where I put the micro SD. This is the cable to charge. I'm good. I'm getting more and more cables like these ones. And I don't know what this is. Shall I unpack everything?
Yes, open.
Ah, yes. This is the lens cover.
Oh wow.
Yeah, to protect the lens. Very important. Oh no. Alright, let me see. And this is like the lens guard. Yeah, you can already tear the plastic off.
I think the girls are coming in. Oh wow, what's it?
So this one I should put around the lens to
Sure.
protect it. Okay. Yes. Hello, ladies.
Morning.
Morning.
Ready for breakfast?
It was that filming me.
He's gonna cut it out.
Okay.
We're filming it up, and I'm
He's unboxing his new camera.
Second, ladies, 1 second.
I think we lost him for the rest of the day though.
You got your,
Yes.
guys, you got your makeup. I got my toys. I'm just looking for.
Maar tot hoe laat is ontbijt?
Did you ask?
No, but I'm sure it's still possible, right? So it's not. It's
How
still
can you
early.
be sure?
Of course, I just came from downstairs and it's really empty.
Yeah, and the breakfast is not touched yet. So we're gonna be the first one to have breakfast.
Okay. Anyway, it's okay, ladies. I just wanted to check this.
Are you happy?
I'm very happy. I'm going to charge this.
Show me.
Is that the one that can go underwater?
Yes. It can go underwater, above water. It can fly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So let me see. There's a charging port here. If I'm not mistaken, there's. Yes. Ah, yes. So where's the SD card? That's just one thing. I hope they have the SD card.
It's the first time you're not hungry in the morning.
I am hungry, but I'm also curious. Where's the SD card?
Like I need to take it out.
Okay, I will figure that one later.
Yeah, but I need to
Shit,
wash
if
it
I
and
don't have the
everything.
SD
So
card, this
this
shit's
tomorrow
gonna be.
I don't have my shampoo here. I can just
Okay,
put every
thank you
shampoo.
guys for watching. Stay tuned for the footage. Hello, wonderful peoples. Good evening, good morning, wherever you are watching from. How are you doing? It's been a while. Let me know where you're watching from and what time is it. I already see here we have Jonah from Nigeria. What's up, my brother? What time is it over there in Nigeria, actually, man? Kind of was curious about that. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. For the people who are just watching, yeah. So I was just unpacking my camera. It's a toy of mine that I've been wanting to buy for a very long time. It's called the Insta 360 X2. Let me just write it down. It's a 360 camera that can do all kinds of crazy stuff. So I bought this camera because I was saving for this camera for a long time, to be honest, because I wanted to go out there to take more footage. But as you guys can see, we are back into lockdown actually, which is like terrible right now. But yeah, what can we do about it? Hey, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm gonna be recording some more footage with it coming this week. Yeah, I think so. Anyway, guys, so how's everyone? What's up? Hi. Hi, Dom Boss. So do you know what this is a funny word, like in Dutch, dom means like stupid, so it's funny if you call yourself like Dom Boss, like anyway, I don't know, no offense intended, but it's just a funny word. Don Boss from Cameroon, how are you doing, my brother? Hope you're doing well. Question for the people who are just joining in, man, are you guys also into a like crazy lockdown like we are? I have a let me turn on the light a bit. I feel like I see myself, I'm a bit dark. All right, is this better, or is there any difference actually at all? I don't know. So are we all in a lockdown, guys, like we are? Just to get everyone straight, like we all know, there's been like a crazy, it has been a crazy year of COVID, but particularly here in Africa, we have had like a different kind of issues. There's just a shortage of vaccines. Apparently, there was this post I saw from the WHO that about like 10 countries or so have like 80% of the vaccines, so we are a part of the other 80% who don't have any vaccines. So we have had to deal with a Delta variant here in Kigali in Rwanda, which was responsible for like 60% of all the new cases, which have gone to a new time high. So we are basically fucked in a way. We just have to take stringent measures, and one of those things is that we are now officially in a lockdown again. It's like not like the first one. It's like 95% lockdown. Only the most essential businesses can operate. So there's no public transport. There's no even working out. Running outside is not even allowed. Hello, Jazzy Mom 1. Oh God, United States. It's afternoon right here. It's kind of evening. So yeah, only the essential businesses can operate, guys. It's crazy right now. I can't believe we are still dealing with these things, And I was just thinking, this summer, my business, it has been like 2.5 years since I opened a business in Kigali, but it has been closed for 1.5 year out of those 2.5 years, which is like ridiculous. In the beginning, I was very grateful that at least I got to open it, because there's some people who opened the gym or opened the business, right before or during COVID. But now it really feels like I need to start all over again, or somehow, like like most of my clients have also gone, because I had a lot of international clients as well. Wait, this again. Yeah, I had some international clients as well. So some have moved back, contracts have ended, but we've gotten some new ones who have contacted me as well, who wanted to do, some CrossFit, but it's not happening, man. It's not happening. It's crazy. Rosa from US, how are you doing? Which part of US are you, and what time is it over there, guys? Because I know the US, you guys, you have like a 4 or 5 hour difference. So the last person who said they were from the States, what time was like almost 3? Yeah, which part is that? Hello, Harvey Williams. What is the reason for the new lockdown? We've had an extreme rise in COVID cases, and of which like 60 or 70% was because of the new variant, which they call the Delta variant, which the vaccine is not. I don't think all vaccines work against it, but anyway, it has come like crazy, we were really at like a low case and low cases, and now they have like not tenfold, but I think like fivefold more cases than we were used to. Lockdown restrictions were lifted in the UK yesterday. Yeah. Oh yeah, the UK. You guys are crazy, man. I saw that people have to get proof of vaccinations now to to enter a club. I'm laughing about it, but hey, at this point, you guys are doing much better than us right now. Yeah. Oh no, yeah. It is what it is, man. So guys, I'm just gonna be bored here at home, staying home all day. But um yeah, I think I've watched enough Netflix series. I've slept enough, ate enough, to be honest. Now it's time to maybe start pumping out some content, doing some more fun stuff. Maybe talking to other people who are not in lockdown, who are not in a perpetual like like somber, sad mood or something. Doing bro, sure. Dumbos is a really funny name. It's an original name that given to me since I was a little boy with my brother. Ah, okay, it's a good one. Yeah, you should definitely keep it. Um, let me see. Is there any way you can do some business from home? Yeah, some. My main business was my gym business. I was doing when the gym closed, I was doing some personal training, which actually was starting to pick up, honestly, because people were, they were also desperate. They want to also work out, but they can't. So they resorted to personal training. People were doubting about personal training. Now was the time they kind of like tried it. It was going pretty well until like the summer it started to go down a bit, and that's when the new Delta variant came into play, and then boom, we are back into lockdown like crazy from before. So yeah, now I'm gonna be doing. I'm working on my website. Gonna be doing some consultancy work more, and I'm just gonna be editing some clips here. So for the people who just came in, I was the first part of this live, the first 4 minutes or so. I was unpacking a new camera, which I bought. It's like an action camera, a 360 action camera. Luckily, I was able. So I got the camera like about 2 weeks before we went into this like strict lockdown. But then we were also in a kind of like semi lockdown. We had like curfew up to 6, so businesses will open up to 5, and everyone had to be home by 6. So the only way people can really chill right now in Kigali is before this lockdown then, is if they kind of like went on some kind of touristic vacation. So that's what we did. We had a friend of my girlfriend who came to Rwanda, so we kind of booked a hotel together with her and a cousin, and then we went went to chill basically. So I did record some footage out of it. Stay tuned. I'm gonna be posting it this week. I'm hoping to see how that is. Yeah, and then hopefully when things open up a bit, we can do some more crazy footage stuff. St. Missouri, 3 p.m. Okay, yeah, same time zone. Crazy that it's like daylight right now, guys. Here in Kigali, it's 10 p.m. and 10 p.m. in Kigali feels like 12 in any other place, because life starts very early. Like the sun is always on time here, like 6:37 a.m. ish. Yeah, around actually 6 a.m. That's when the sun starts to rise. So even if you're sleeping by 7, you feel the heat coming through your window, so you kind of wake up. So I'm always up by 7 at the max. So right now it's 10, but it feels like it's 12. Should be sleeping, but I ain't going and nowhere yet tomorrow. So how is everyone doing? Hi, Yannick. How are you doing? Hope you're doing fine. Nice profile picture. So the lockdown is for how many times? Yeah, so the lockdown, this one, we are in a strict lockdown right now. The government has proposed it for 10 days. It started this Saturday. It's gonna go on until next week Tuesday. So from today, we have another like full 7 days or so to go. And honestly, I feel like the government, the people who are in charge of this thing, I think they are learning, because now they have they announced like 2 days in advance, and they put like an end date to it. So you kind of look at it, and then you feel like, okay, I can see the beginning and the end of this. But for the people who want to travel to Rwanda right now, as as tourists, the airport is still open. They are saying that international tourists who are coming here in Rwanda, will be welcome. They can do some touristic activities. However, it is only for you guys because domestic tourism is kind of not allowed. I mean, it's not made easy. Um, um, so you are like advised. If you're like trying to do domestic tourism, you're advised to wait after the lockdown. But for the people who are flying in, you can still come, you can still move around, but be prepared, man. Be prepared for like strict measurements. It's not like a super fun time, but again, if this is your only time to come to Rwanda, I think it might still be worth it. Yeah, that's what I think at least. Okay, from Wide Open, Texas, it's 10 o'clock curfew to full lockdown since I arrived. Not giving up on Rwanda. Yeah, guys. I know I do get a lot of questions for people who want to move to Rwanda, and so I tend to kind of gear my content to those things. So I guess for the people who want to move to Rwanda, they always ask me like, "What's your prognosis on this vaccine and on this thing? How long will it take?" No one knows, man. No one knows. I try to make like an estimation, and my way of thinking is wherever you are right now, you're either at the peak or you are like, it will either get worse or it will get better. It will not mostly stay the same. So right now we are like at almost the strictest lockdown that there is. I think more than this, it's almost not possible. By the way, the government has also started giving out some food as a way of COVID relief. I even received some food. It's like you get some maize, kahunga, some rice, and some beans, all for free, and it's good. It lasts you almost a month, I think. I mean, at least for myself, but it's okay. We're like dealing with it. Hello, Theo, tapping in from Jacksonville, Florida. I want to come to Rwanda to Kigali so bad. Yeah, I know, man. I know. It's so funny because of this COVID lockdown thing. People have been wanting. I don't know. Maybe they have had too much time on their hand to think, to contemplate what they want with their lives. And I don't know if it's just me, but I'm seeing more uptake of people who want to come, but then they cannot come because, things are not really facilitated or they're not that easy. So but yeah, I think if you want to come to Rwanda or to any other African country, I think you should still kind of like continue with the planning, with the booking, with the preparing. Some of you might need to put in your notice, some of you might need to sell a house, some of you might need to, I don't know, finish your insurance or something. So I think it's good in general to kind of focus on that and keep building forward. So let me see other questions. But what happens if international tourists bring in new variant? Well, that's a good question. Well, right now Rwanda is really one of the strictest countries when it comes to passengers who are coming into Rwanda. So first, before you come to Rwanda, you need to take a COVID test, like a PCR COVID test within like 72 hours before departure of your flight. And then when you arrive, you get immediately tested at the airport, and then you put in a quarantine in a hotel while you're waiting for your results. And they're doing this to everyone. So it's very hard to bring in the new variant. Of course, it's possible if you maybe caught it, right before you left or something like that. But they're really doing a good job with the follow up and the measuring and the keeping people up to date. But yeah, guys, we're just on the just one of these like things when you realize, the world is really not fair, man. And like if you see that all these other countries who have hoarded all these vaccines, and whereas other countries, they don't even have enough to vaccinate their elderly. So I heard, like, for example, in Belgium, they were like vaccinating children from 16 years old. I'm like, here in Rwanda, we have not even vaccinated all our 50-year-olds who are in more danger. But hey, that's politics, eh? I'm not an expert on those things. All right, next question. As a tourist, you just have to fill out forms online and move around. FYI, pronounce like surelist. Yeah, as a tourist, I mean, I'm assuming you're talking about Rwanda. Well, in Rwanda, yes, you have to fill a form, but you also have to take COVID tests. So before this lockdown, for example, there was this activities going on, but most of the activities you have to take a rapid test, Like for example, the basketball games that were happening end of May. For each game, you have to take a COVID test, and then after that, you have to take a COVID test if you want to live outside of the country. You have to take a COVID test if you want to stay at a hotel. So there's a lot of like testing that is happening everywhere. All right, doesn't make sense that most people in Rwanda are vaccinated, but still most people in Rwanda are vaccinated, but still vulnerable to variant that surely could have only arrived in country too. Yeah, you man, this is the issue. All of the all of the COVID in Africa, I would say, came from international tourists. Yeah, it is what it is, you know. Like, but with like most countries, tourism is like if not the number two, it's not the number one income source for many countries. So yeah, these are the downfalls, I guess, you know. So when a pandemic happens, the tourists, the ones that pay the bill, pay a lot of the bills, they are the ones who also who are our downfall. African Chronicles, yes, my brother, how are you doing? Wait, are you in Kenya now, or are you back in Rwanda, man? I love your TikToks. Let me see. Call me crazy. I'm convinced African can cure themselves with local pharmacopoeia. Oof, that's a difficult word, man. But we keep hanging on Europeans. Bro, I'm with you on that, man. But you know, there's a discrepancy. You know, before we get to that point, we need something to bridge. We need something now. We need something like tomorrow. We need something yesterday, actually. So it is the system where we're in right now. But hey, for future references, I would, you know, I would join that the trend if we can, you know. Um, yeah, people keep in mind that this vaccine is only a prototype. Yeah, it is, man. It is, and people are trying. And but hey, you know, I'm also a man of science. I do believe that, you know, most people in the world are good people, and I don't think anyone has any. Most people don't have any bad intentions with this vaccine. It is the best that we can produce as a mankind, and you know, it's so funny that we as a mankind are also not that good at, you know, agreeing, but that's okay. You know, we have a system in place where we don't where not everyone needs to agree, but a majority or people who know about it need to agree. So we put in the faith, man. You have to have faith that this shit is going to be okay, that these people, you know what they're doing, and you know, we pray to our gods. Hi Theo, do you know why Rwanda has the hardest lockdown in Africa? That's actually a good question. Why has Rwanda the hardest lockdown in Africa? Well, the simple answer is, you know, this is very simple. This is very anecdotal, just personal opinion, you know. It is because Rwanda is like the good kid in class right now. You know, they are doing well, they are developing fast, everything is like in a upwards trajectory. So in order to keep that trend going, they are also very ambitious when it comes to tackling you know, these issues, which in a way it's a good thing, you know. It's just it's the price you pay for being in this kind of development mode, you know. Like if you look at our neighbor, for example, Tanzania, the former president, you know, may God rest his soul, um, he did not believe in COVID. So you can imagine that this is Rwanda, where everything like pop up, lockdown, everything closed. We have to, you know, quarantine, blah, 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 on the slightest thing. And then you have our neighbor, which is 10 times bigger than us, who does not believe in COVID, and therefore things are open. So in the beginning, we had issues with truck drivers, for example, coming over from them. But yeah, just to answer your question again, it is Rwanda just wants to do it right. You know, they are in the right mode. I like it personally. It does cost you a lot of freedom, but you know, I read a quote a long time ago, which I really live by. They say, you know, freedom does not come free. So this is, I guess, the price we pay for having things in order. Teach me Kinyarwanda. Yeah, no problem, my brother or sister, wherever you are. You know, you can just become a hero Patreon member. You know, then we can talk. You know, and see how what is your level and what it is that you need. I would rather have the lockdown than have a medical infrastructure overwhelmed by COVID cases. Yeah, exactly. That's the price we are paying for it. Like, hey, let us be in our homes, healthy and able at least to talk to you guys. Um, Instead of, imagine if I was like in a hospital right now and they had to kick me out because there was like another elderly person who needed it, or it will be like a dilemma. But like I said, people are doing their best. I'm a true believer in the goodness of people mostly. So I think the people are doing their best worldwide, and in a few years we'll know whether this was good enough or not, or if it was genius. Let me see. Do you have anything new planned for your channel for the next 10 days, or are you intending on waiting it out since? Also a good question, by the way. Yeah, so personally, I don't know what it is, but ever since this lockdown came, in my mind, when I'm thinking about it logically, I'm like, okay, it's a good time to work on my videos. It's a good time to work on my website. It's a good time to clean my house, whatever, maybe renovate, paint it, do all kinds of stuff. But the reality of being in such a place in Africa when these things are happening, you get not depressed, but I think the level before that, you kind of feel like sad. There's no perspective of life. It's kind of like, again this lockdown, and we don't know what will happen after the lockdown. We don't know if things will go back to normal. So you get into this mode where you're really not feeling that all that great. That's the issue I had, at least. So and I normally, when I'm feeling like that, I normally find my leisure in sports. That's just how I work. But now that the sports are also not allowed, and then I'm living here by myself, yeah, so it makes it a bit tough. But like I said, I can feel sorry for myself only for so long. So now that I've watched I've watched like 3 series on Netflix, 3 seasons on Netflix. I have slept so many hours. um, I'm now just starting to think, okay, let me just put some work into it. So yes, I have some new videos planned. Like I said, I had already bought a camera. For the people who watch this video from the very, very beginning, I bought a camera, an action camera, which was intended for me to do some crazy actions with it. And actually, the week that it arrived, that's when we went into the semi lockdown. We were not allowed to go outside of the country, or outside of the city. But now that it's here, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do some new stuff. Hopefully you like it. Let me know. Do you know how long the lockdown will be? Yes, it will be for 10 days. We are already like 3 days into it. So 4 days actually. So we have like 1 week left of lockdown. Who told you that Rwanda has vaccinated the most population? Rwanda has yeah, right. Yeah, Rwanda, no, no, yeah, not even 1 million. That's like even being generous. I think right now the count is around 400,000 and some change. So less than 500,000 people have been vaccinated in Rwanda right now. And like I said, guys, it's a shortage. It's a shortage. Whereas in other part of the country, they have they don't know what to do with it, basically. Sorry, mental people are vaccinated. They are, but not enough, I would say. Living in West Africa, COVID is distant health issue compared to top 3 killers, malaria. Yeah, guys, I guess one of the issues we have, Africa has brought up to it. Let me know what you think about it, is that with this whole new like worldwide issue that we all have gotten, many African countries are not really impressed by it, because they're like, yeah, what is this? We have had malaria, we have hunger, we have famine here going on. This COVID things, I'm not impressed. So it has been a kind of surreal thing to realize that, okay, people are fighting these diseases for so many years, and then this new disease comes with such a high priority, and all of a sudden, it gets all the attention. And what happened to the other things that we're dealing with? You should meditate to keep a healthy mentor. That's a good one, man. But personally, meditation, guys, it does not work for me when I'm just sitting by myself. You see what happens. Actually, I would say it works too well. If I sit somewhere and I just sit and just concentrate and have clear thoughts, you know what happens? I come up with 3 more ideas every minute that I'm sitting still. So after 5 minutes, I'm like boiling. I'm like, oh yeah, that shit. Oh, I could do that. I could do that. So the only way I find that I can like meditate or come to peace is or even like read a book, even because I don't, my mind does not stand still, is when I'm kind of like restricted somewhere. So if I'm like at an airport and I'm waiting on a flight, or if I'm on a train, on a bus, in a long bus, on a long commute where I cannot do anything, or limited internet connection, that's really what really helps me. So I need to be somewhere that restricts me, that I don't have access to all my stuff, because once I sit and meditate and think for 1 second, then I'm like, oh yeah, this video. Let me like right now write a script, or let me respond. Yeah. All right. The last world pandemic in 1919 lasts 2 years. They made it then, we can make it now. Oh, good to know. But oh my God, 2 years. I guess we're already a year and a half into it. So what's 6 months from now, eh? Yeah, that's a good one, man. But you see, here in Rwanda, we are expecting to get all of the vaccines by the end of this year, beginning next year. So let's say that's when we'll get majority of the vaccines, where we can vaccinate about 60% of the population. That will take like a few months. So who knows? 2 years, I think definitely. I think it's gonna last at least 2 years. Definitely here in Rwanda. Another question: why is Rwanda only country telling people to put mask outdoor? I saw today a guy who was harassed by security officers because he went out to buy something. All right. Also, okay, guys, let me just put it this way: this whole wearing a mask thing, right? That was just like mandatory worldwide, right? It's a new thing that it's not mandatory anymore for some countries in Europe or in other Western countries where they have managed to vaccinate, majority of the people. But here in Rwanda, like I said, we have, from a population of 12 million, not even 500,000 has been vaccinated. So there's pretty much a risk. So people should wear masks. And like I said, Rwanda is the good kid in class who wants to follow all the rules. So we are wearing masks everywhere. And I think we're going to keep wearing it for the rest of the year. Even next year, I think when we're all vaccinated, some people are just going to wear masks just to be sure. But yeah, the way people harass, yeah, it's not good. But I've realized one thing I've learned from COVID is that the more restrictions you put on people, the more how do you say, the more power you give to this police or security guard people. And of course, if 1% just abuses it, it's just 1% too much. So yeah, whenever you're walking outdoors right now, it's, for me at least, I feel like, oh my God, if it feels like a challenge. If you're going outdoors, it feels like, okay, do I have my mask? Am I allowed in these hours? Do I need, so there's just so many things that just the old days where you could just stand up and go out of the door, it's not here anymore, at least. I don't know. The virus is airborne, so it's better to be safe than sorry. Yeah, it is, guys. I don't know, it's for me. I guess in a way I'm lucky that I'm in that age category where I'm not really high risk, and I feel pretty healthy, and I feel like I feel like I'm not really too afraid of it, personally. But of course, I wouldn't want to like spread it around, or catch it, and or test it. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's real, man. I mean, people are still dying. I personally have an uncle of mine who was vaccinated but then got COVID again. He's like 60 or something, and then you realize, oh yeah, shit. I cannot do anything for him. Other than just try to follow the rules here. Everyone in the world mask, indoor, not outdoor. Ah, really? No, here in Rwanda, man, it's indoor, outdoor. The only moment you're allowed to kind of like take it off is when you're sitting down at a table. But even that, we're not allowed to do for many months now, so weeks, I would say. Kenya are also wearing masks, but people are taking it for granted. It's not Rwanda only. Okay, yeah, well, good to know. Yeah, I guess I think people are still wearing masks, right? I mean, I remember I don't know if you guys remember, but I remember when the so-called COVID thing was starting to pop, and I don't know if there were like some Chinese officials who were saying that, yeah, I think they're talking about Americans. Americans should wear masks, and then some American officials were like laughing, like, no, we don't do that here, and da, 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 da. And then like a few weeks later, the CDC came out saying that people should wear masks. And like, oh shit, things change, man. things change. All right. Then when you're outside 2 meters distance, yes, definitely. But the 2 meters distance here, it's like 1 meter, half a meter. When it comes to like the bus stations, but they're trying. At least they're wearing their masks. Mm, okay, that's changing every day as the variant infects more people. Yeah, I think the variant is more infectious than the other ones. That's what I've heard, at least, by the way, which makes it actually super creepy in a way. And I don't understand wearing mask in the car by yourself in Rwanda, but not mad otherwise. Yeah, so the wearing mask in a car by yourself. I remember when we were just driving, the rules were kind of like it was not clear whether you had to wear it or not. So some people got some fines, like some hefty fines for not wearing a mask, and others were like kind of like let go. So the way things are in Rwanda, uh, when in doubt, just better be safe than sorry, because most of these people on the road, these guys, like for me, when I see them, I'm not really afraid of them. I tend to put out like a conversation with them, and most of the times, they're like reasonable guys in a way. That's my interpretation of them. But at the same time, they are police guys, and if you don't click, they'll just write you a fine if you're in the wrong. Because like I said, Rwanda is going straight. No bullshit, no nothing, man. It's the way it is. All right. Denji writes, with significant lower death rates, lockdowns are economically devastating to African countries. Plus, we borrow USD to sustain our economies. The deaths are simply too few. Car accidents are more. Yeah, yeah, that's true. So what are you saying? We should just not. We should just continue as like business like before. Yeah. I don't know. I think like right now, if you're like a politician, you don't. Yeah, it's not easy to make a decision right now whether you should or should not. What kind of things to choose or not to choose, right? Um, yeah, but it's their jobs, right? Yeah. Imagine if you're like a leader right now of a country, you have to take these kind of decisions. Um, all right. So really, when you're riding a car with vents and windows open from outside, it's possible to take in airborne particles. Thinking airborne particles. It's a stretch, but nothing. But just being super safe. It's a super stretch, but yeah, like I said, most people here, you just rather follow the rules than have these discussions, honestly, because no one knows, and you just get fined anyway if the guy does not understand you or you don't understand him. Check nowhere in the world you need. Check nowhere in world you need mask outdoor because you have 2 meter distance. I don't know, guys. To my knowledge, most of these places when COVID was hitting, everyone had to wear masks outdoor, right? The whole wearing masks outdoor is something new. I read an article that a lot of countries have been getting paid to close the countries down. It's possible, and I think it makes also financial sense because some of these countries, when they have to close down, it's in the benefit of the whole world, but it's bad for them. So, yeah, I think it makes sense. It makes sense. Ban incoming flights and create regional travel bubbles. Yeah, that's true, man. But like I said, you see, the incoming flights, they bring tourists. Tourists bring lots of money. They boost up the economy. Like I said, if it's not the number two, it's the number one income source of Rwanda right now, and like with many other countries as well. So, when tourists come, they spend, on hotels, they spend on travel, they spend on food, and don't forget also the country is probably making also some money from this whole COVID testing that's happening rampantly. So yeah, it is what it is, man. It is. So I don't think they can really ban completely. Also because people have booked for flights. Yeah. We shall see. Anyway, I won't want to be a politician right now. Yeah, tough job. All right, guys, we're coming towards like 40 minutes. I think it should be ending. If anyone has some questions, now is the last time. Like I said, I was just coming here to check with you guys how you're doing. We are in a lockdown here in Rwanda. I'm getting bored. I'm gonna start pumping out some new content. If you are watching from the beginning, I was unpacking a new action camera 360, which I luckily it was right before we went into this lockdown, so I'm gonna put out some footage where I kind of like went out to test it. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Peace River. If you don't choose to lock down, you expose their fraud. If you don't choose to lock down, you expose their fraud. Don't know really what to make of that. With this restriction on entry, you don't commit economic suicide. You don't print our. Yeah, that's true. It is true. But hey, what can we do? What kind of content are you considering with your 360 camera? Yeah, good question. So in the beginning, I okay, honestly, if you guys are watching all this way up to 40 minutes, I guess I can tell you. So the reason why actually I bought it, one of the reasons is because uh, Rwanda has very beautiful hills. You have no idea. Like cameras really don't do it justice. When I started making content on YouTube, there was like a ban, I would say, not a ban, like it was like a heavy restriction on drones. Drones would be perfect in Rwanda. If Rwanda had like an open policy on drones, I'm telling you, I would have bought like 3 drones by now. So the idea with this 360s was actually because you can put it on a stick and put it like way up to show kind of like the landscape of Rwanda. That's one of the things that I wanted to do. And the second, I wanted to do also to record some activity. So I like running, for example, and with my phone, it's just not the same. But with these cameras, you can run. It records everything. I even bought like a mic adapter so you can get some good audio. It's amazing, guys. So those 2 things. And lastly, I also saw that you can also do it in like in a conference like this. So because right now these cameras, they're kind of like limited, right? You guys can see like someone can sit here and someone can sit here a bit, but you can with a 360 camera, they're like 2 cameras on each side, so you can sit like with 6 people in a room and it'll be fine. So it has a lot of potential. I'm just still playing with it. It's a lot of headache when it comes to you have to re-stitch it. That means you have to, because the 360 records the entire environment, so you have to choose which environment you want to show. So yeah, at least I got a whole week to figure that out. Keep up the good work. If it gets crazy, come to Abidjan. We are open. My brother, Nigeria is like in the top 3 countries I want to visit definitely when I'm gonna be traveling again. No idea when. I like to follow. If you guys, you should follow Waldemar. That brother of mine, he's doing really well with his content. He's traveling all of Africa, showing us all of Africa, and it has synthesized me to start traveling again. But once the things kind of like settle down, man, Hi, watching from Lagos, Nigeria. Yes, hello, my brother's from Nigeria. I'm gonna visit you soon. Exactly. Look how they killed the president of Haiti. Yes, he had his issues, but he refused the vaccine for his people. Now he's dead. They are shipping the vaccine to Haiti. Yeah, man, guys. Like I told you, I wouldn't want to be a politician right now, man. These things that are happening, the assassination of the Haitian president, the death of Nkurunziza, the president of Burundi, the death of the president of Tanzania. I think there was another president as well who passed away. I'm not sure who. Guys, it's not easy. It's not easy, and you have to make a decision for a whole country. But I guess that's the post you are doing. Seems like they are to get you vaccinated. Yeah, they would like to, but like I said, we don't have enough vaccines, man. Patreon hero, yes. What's up, my brother? Hit me up also on Patreon if you wanna keep this conversation going, guys. I'm heading towards the end. Thank you very much for watching. Let me just watch some few cases. Some last comments if anyone else wants to add on. Right now here it's like 10:33. It's a good time to go to bed, I think. I am hitting it up. COVID cases are low. Why go on lockdown? So yeah, for us here, the COVID cases are all-time high, and they are staying there. So That's why they are low compared to other countries, but for our numbers, they are all-time high. All right. Peace River will reply, over 50 million died from pandemic in 1990. They did not have a vaccines, and even though they did lockdowns, it was not massive. Yeah, I think we have learned from the past, and I think also this pandemic is a bit more contagious because we are also more connected. You know, back in 1919, I'm assuming people are not traveling for work to other continents. You know, now it is happening. So, yeah, lockdown is needed, but hopefully there is help for everyone. Yes, hopefully. I hope that there is. Let me see. Oh, I cannot do that. Those kind of stuff. Let me see. Hi Tia, greetings from Germany. Numbers are rising here too. Yeah, crazy stuff, man. Crazy, 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 crazy stuff. Yes, exactly my point. The US is now getting ready to send vaccines to Haiti. We will see how many in Haiti get. Yeah, so I think they already arrived. I think like 500,000 doses were shipped, but Haiti has a population of like what 8 or 10 million people. So it's better than nothing, but it's still like, whew, so much to go to do, man, so much. Because the COVID storm is showing itself in other countries. Nothing wrong with preparing Rwanda before it gets there. Yeah, true that, guys. True that. You know, one thing we must not forget is that this is a worldwide problem, right? We have now like this Delta variant, but I don't know who I was talking to, but someone they told me, wow, you know, before know it, we're gonna have like a Rwanda variant, we're gonna have a South African variant, we're gonna have a Mali variant, a Nigerian variant, you know, because the longer this thing stays with us, the more there's opportunity for it to mutate, to change into something else. Yeah. All right, guys, 47 minutes. Well done, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Wherever you are, hope you're staying safe. One last comment. It's not my friend, and not a vaccine. There's no, it's like a show. Yeah, we don't know, guys. This is going to be a long conversation, I guess. We can continue in the comment sections below. Okay, guys, thank you very much for watching. So stay tuned for some new content. I'm going to be trying to do some shorter content. The next content, honestly, guys, because I'm in lockdown, I'm just going to be showing you some footage where I'm going to be testing out the camera and to see how it performs. And maybe I can use it in some vlogs or some other stuff. And if you have some recommendation for me from that, yeah, let me know, guys. Okay, guys, good morning, good afternoon, and good night, wherever you are. Thank you for showing up again. And I would like to see you all soon in the next video. All right. Bye bye. Zai zai. Ciao.